Walking Dead Review Season 6, Episode 4. I apologize for the long delay, but we are back. I got BLACK-KAOS 7865 and B Kiddo. We're going to break down Episode 4, Here, Not Here. Clear! Kill me!
Kill me!
Kill me!
Alright.
Tabitha, I want some of those lamb chops.
So this episode takes us back to what happened to Morgan. In that time, from when Rick saw him to Rick seeing him now. In this season. At the end of the past season. It's the beginning of this season.
Damn cheese maker.
Damn, that's some nasty cheese.
But it's a lot of people wanted to know
what happens with Glenn.
What happened to Glenn,
but on the defensive side for Walking Dead, we all know that when it's something we really want to know, they cut back to something else and then they bring you back the next week. They keep the story going.
So the last time we saw Morgan is he was looking at the marks on the tree, the X's.
Yeah,
and
in season 5, at
on
the
his
end
way
of season
to the
5,
terminus. Yeah,
we saw in season 5, we saw a glimpse of Morgan.
So
again.
we didn't know what Morgan was, but he sure didn't look crazy.
He didn't look as crazy,
last time we saw him
but
before that,
he did not look trusting. Yes,
he was psycho.
Last time he was psycho. This time he seems a little bit more. So this explains how Morgan got his skills with the staff,
Aikido,
and how he seems to be sane and calmer.
Hey, where you learn that from?
Yeah,
we have
when
Black
Rick
Chaos
did see Morgan practicing his Aikido, and he was like, hey Mark, where'd you learn that from? Cheese maker.
And now this is the story of the cheese maker. Okay, so
rub my back first.
As we all know, the main problem that everybody's having is because it did talk about Glenn and everybody wants to know what Glenn. But I am kind of glad that they did go back and fill in what happened with Morgan. And this was an hour and a half episode, not the usual hour this time. I like the way it started off.
He's telling the wolf.
Well,
look, I'm gonna tell you what happened to you.
No, we didn't know he was telling that till the end. Yes, there you go.
He knew he was telling.
So, I don't know if you guys remember, I think when Morgan showed up on the scene this season, and Rick was talking to Michonne, I think he asked Michonne something like, "You don't trust him?" She said, "I think he's dangerous." She said, "No, I think he's dangerous." Because now we have a Morgan, as we have seen, who is a lot calmer, seems to not want to hurt as much.
He doesn't kill humans.
And try to do more good,
means
which
not to kill.
Which Michonne has said before, she thinks he's dangerous. So, we find Morgan, still crazy, doing his clear thing, which we saw in the town before.
Here's
back
not
in the day
here.
when he ran back into Rick, and then he meets the cheese guy.
He meets Eastman.
It was Eastman and
BLACK-KAOS. What's your take on Eastman? What's your take on Eastman, BLACK-KAOS?
That's some nasty cheese.
Oh Lord! I swear to God.
Nah, I think Eastman's pretty cool, man. You could tell. I mean, as soon as you met her, you knew he was kind of slick, real calm. Like even when Morgan was shooting at him, he was like, "Don't put that gun down, man. We can talk." So you knew he had something. I
really like the fact that he throws the book in there, how to be at peace. So what was it? What did the book say? How to be at peace. He throws the book into the cage, and then you find out that in the cell that the gate is actually open. It was never locked, and that was pretty cool.
Well, maybe we should bring up the fact that if you see from the episode, Eastman was actually a psychiatrist. He worked in prisons. So he had a background dealing with crazy, a really great background. So he was the perfect person to help Morgan through his crazy. Plus, he laid Morgan on his ass.
Yeah.
When he met him. So
he basically guided him down to his ass.
Whatever.
Yeah, because they use your own body weight.
Very true. But when he first
Good one, Black. Good one, Black.
He knocked him out.
Lay me down.
He popped him in his face.
Don't kill me. Okay.
Are y'all gonna offer anything besides sound bites?
Oh man, it was a good episode. But anyway, so you also do see the fact that you see how Morgan has learned to deal with his anger and his craziness, and he doesn't kill people. He wants to he only kills zombies, and he says everyone life is worth something.
Every life is precious, and
every life is precious, blah blah blah. I did love the fact that it did show that even though that guy, before he went into this whole sanctuary and peaceful thing, he did have that episode with the guy that killed his family.
You know what I also did like
which was
too?
Pretty interesting.
That for once, this is the only story that I think we've seen where something happened to somebody before the outbreak got serious. So the thing that happened with his family is something that I don't think we've met anybody who something hasn't happened to them during this outbreak with all the zombies. This actually happened to him beforehand.
Yep.
And then afterwards,
and
then things started going bad. Is when things started going crazy. So for once, we actually have somebody who was just a regular person living alone, getting regular revenge on somebody who did something terrible.
So progress it on into the future after he teaches Morgan how to fight, and he says they're going to get supplies. So Morgan remembers he has a tarp and stuff. So he goes to get supplies, and Morgan has his little flashback, and he sees the guy that he killed, and it goes crazy, and Eastman gets bit in the back. And Morgan never apologizes, but he said
Morgan said it wasn't for you. It wasn't for him to do.
Whatever. But anyway, so Eastman eventually is going to die, but he has passed on to Morgan this ability to be calm and not go crazy.
To try to find another way. Yeah. To find another way, which was completely the opposite of what Morgan was doing.
So now we see how Morgan changed from the crazy psychopath to the peaceful stick slinging stud, whatever.
So how do y'all think that this is going to progress now? Like, since I said, Michonne said that she thought, Rick was like, you don't trust him. She's like, I think he's dangerous. So now the fact that you remember that she said that, and the fact that you see what Morgan at the end, who he was telling his story to. You see who he's talking to, and he's trying to give back what he got. How it may possibly ruin them. And we also saw at the end of the last episode where this has come back to bite them in the ass, because the people who surrounded Rick and tried to shake Rick down,
Morgan let him go,
were the same ones that Morgan let leave.
The fact that they came to Alexandria, Morgan had a chance to kill him. Morgan let him go.
Yep. So round one.
All this is going to happen for a reason. I believe, and you guys, I'm going to have your take on this too. Is this the type of world where you can trust people and people can change? Or do you stick with your regular crew and everybody else, unless they're with your regular crew as of now, everybody else can die in order for your regular crew to live? And that's what I think Carol is doing. Carol and Rick believe that if you're not with us, you're against us, you can die. It's all about the initial crew surviving. So I kill whoever to keep on surviving.
But I think that, they tried to trust it before, and I think
they tried that to jail.
And I mean, the difference is you almost saw Michonne going completely the opposite of what she was before. When it came to Alexandria, you could see everybody was tired of traveling around. You're just tired of constantly fighting. And it looked like for once, but then two, you also came into a group of people who had no idea. And it's really hard to try to help people who think their life is perfect and don't know what it's really like. So I think the mix of what Morgan's going to bring into this, as bad as it was to have people who just were too scared to fight, like the one guy from last episode that died. I mean, you start to get the sense like you feel bad because you want them to have a place to stay for once and maybe see how a community besides the prison, like a real community, can kind of thrive in the challenges they go through. But it looks like, I'm thinking, here's another destructive situation.
Okay, agree with you on that. Black, what do you think, man? Is this going to turn out good? Morgan trying to convince this guy and teach him Aikido and teach him how to love and take care of lambs? Is this going to be good for this little wolf?
No.
Or is it going to come back to bite him in the ass?
With the jacked up teeth.
Come back and white. It's going to bite him in the ass, man. Rick summed it up best when he was in the forest and he was walking. He was like, look, damn it. These dudes ain't going to survive. You make sure you get back. I agree with you totally.
I did like the fact that it showed that he's trying to do this, but I think he's going to realize that Carol and Rick are right. You have to kill people because you can't trust people like you did before. Yeah, I think it does work if it's just one or two people out, you know.
But
if you're in a group of people with family, kids, and all this stuff, that bringing other people in. This guy's talking
about killing the kids too. The thing is, this whole wolf situation, these are a whole breed of people, just like the ones that Daryl found when they were walking to Alexandria that tried to rape Carl and stuff, that, you know, Rick went ape on. These people are set in their ways. They have this mindset. That group of wolves are brainwashed.
Yeah, they're being made. Someone is making them do it.
So I'm really looking forward to next episode because I think it'll get back to everything with Glenn and what is really happening now. I'm really waiting to see the full presence of the wolves and see what's going on with them, because it's jacked up. This is worse than Terminus. Terminus was jacked up, but
leader of the wolves is the governor.
The governor's dead. Let that go.
Okay.
If the governor comes back, I'm done watching the show. I'm gonna tell you that.
But anyway, I'm gonna go around one time. Funniest part of the episode, if you guys remember one. There was any funny parts of the episode? We used to do this in the Walking Dead discussions.
I'm trying to think.
So
what was so funny about
none was really
episode?
Funny.
Okay, not to be sadistic or nothing. Poor Tabitha got it anyway. I'm sorry. It wasn't funny, but it was like, damn.
My
really?
Girlfriend, of course, will bring up the saddest part of the episode.
It was kind of sad, but it wasn't totally sad. He left the damn door open.
The funniest part.
He left the door
I guess
open.
that's why she's my girlfriend.
Well, I learned it from you.
Funniest part of the episode to me was when he told him that the gate was open all this time. I thought that was pretty funny.
I figured that part.
What about you, Black?
When Morgan was walking out and he was pretending like he was gonna leave,
and then he decided
to try to whoop Eastman's ass, and then Eastman whooped his ass, and he said, "Okay, well, since I was gonna leave and I came back, got my ass beat, I guess you can kill me."
All right.
That was probably the funniest part.
Everybody wants to know. I'm gonna go around and ask: Glenn, alive or dead? Be kiddo.
That's a hard one.
You gotta pick one.
I'm staying neutral. I don't know. I know you don't roll
you
your
gotta
eyes
pick
at me.
one, alive or dead.
For some reason, I think Glenn is alive.
Oh God. Black
Walking
Chaos.
dead or alive, I don't know.
Alive.
Oh my God, you guys.
Hey, this isn't the
If he's alive, do you know how horrible this show becomes?
or how genius this show is.
I'm saying Glenn is dead. There's no way he can survive that. If he can survive that, The Walking Dead is no more. Because you can survive anything.
Well, let's also remember, The Walking Dead has amazing writers, and they can turn some stuff
Glenn
out.
is not alive. If Glenn is alive, it would be horrible for this show.
Well, I guess we'll see on Sunday.
Because now, you can survive the worst zombie attack ever.
No, it'll just be tripped out to see how they make it happen. That's what I want to see. The challenge is, if Glenn is alive, how the hell did they make that happen?
He's not alive.
And make it where it's realistic enough for you to believe it.
In my opinion, the way they laid it out, they still waiting to hear from Glenn and anything. He has to be alive.
And don't forget, y'all, Rick.
What?
What's going on with Rick? That ended that episode.
Oh, yeah.
Last week.
Yeah,
Kill Rick.
Main character.
I need to see how
too
all
much
of
of
this
a main
ends.
character. Rick is gonna.
Yeah,
survive.
but I need to see. I'm not thinking that he's dead, but I need to see.
Oh yeah, we want to
how-
see how he's gonna get out of that situation.
All of that
Rick-
situation.
Rick is due for 2 more gangster speeches where he holding the gun sideways talking. He's due for 2 more.
Don't forget, you got to tilt your head
Yeah.
and look real.
But anyway,
crazy.
man, thank you guys for tuning in. We will be discussing the next episode, which is gonna be called Now. So anyway, thanks, B Kiddo. Thanks, Black Chaos. Walking Dead discussion done. Until the next one.
Peace.
Peace, love, and hair grease.